Hi everyone, my name is Akshata. My husband Greg and I run Alternative Roots Wellness Center, which is based in Essex Junction in Vermont, where we offer our nutrition and chiropractic services. Thank you so much for watching our videos and subscribing to our channel. It means a lot to a small business like ours. We have been in our clinic now for about 10 years, and a question that comes up often is, why is nutrition so confusing? That is a very good question. Why does it seem like there is contradicting information about any lifestyle or diet that you might be interested in? What is a healthy diet? Keto, intermittent fasting, or whole 30? Are eggs healthy or not? Is butter unhealthy or not? Why was it on the cover of Time magazine? Is there no difference between the sugar and maple syrup and refined sugar? Why is one considered toxic and the other not? Why can't nutritionists just make up their mind? Why can't this be simple? Okay, I agree. All good questions. From the outside, it might seem like the whole field of nutrition is a bit of a mess and we don't know what we're doing, but that's not really the case. There are many factors to take into consideration, so let's talk about some of them today. First, good scientists design well executed studies that take into account all the biases that they can think of, and then they employ accurate statistical analyses to determine the results. They know that these results will be scrutinized and their methods will be scrutinized by their peers before it can be published in a journal, and this scrutiny is welcome. They also know that sometime in the future, their results will either be reaffirmed or their hypotheses will be called into question. This does not mean that the previous study was deliberately done wrong or that there is flip flopping within the community. It basically means that good scientists are always staying up to date with information and they reassess and readjust their hypotheses and their questions as they move forward and as new information becomes available. New technology and advances might bring novel information to the forefront, and this has to be taken into consideration before you can move ahead. This is true for all research fields, not just the field of nutrition. Second, research has to be specific. This means that the methods that have been used have to be controlled and specific because they have to be repeated and retested. You have to know the details of these methods before you can decide if the results of that research paper can actually apply to you specifically. A good example for this would be probiotic supplements. There is a ton of research published about them and so many products out there that establish wide ranging claims. However, the original research has to be specific. And by that, I mean two things. One, the probiotic has to be identified by its genus, species name, and the strain number, much like a first, middle, and last name for an individual, and that there might be specific health concerns that are being addressed in the patient population that was selected for that studies. It might be a population that has IBS, Crohn's, or insulin sensitivity concerns. And so, unless both of these things apply to you, you might not see the same benefit as has been set out in the study. So, for example, if you're looking for, it has to be lactobacillus, acidophilus, NCFM, and its effect in someone who has IBS. Now, if you're not someone who has IBS, maybe that particular probiotic won't have the same effects in you. So these specific details are important to know before you actually believe the claims that have been established by all of these products. They are hoping that all of this information seems overwhelming and that therefore you won't pay attention to it and just go with whatever they're marketing. And this is also why you might hear, yeah, probiotics can be useful, but yeah, not always. And that can seem confusing. This brings me very nicely to my third point, which is that research studies have fine print and nuances that are completely lost when this information is sort of made available to the general public or advertised in the media. I have said this in my videos before. Headlines tend to drive conversations rather than the fine print. So it's easier for companies to make big, bold claims and get those headlines rather than really spell out the details of the research for you. An example for this would be a big bold claim saying dark chocolate is healthy for you without really talking about the fact that the chocolate that was used in the study was specially created for that using specific controlled conditions that aren't always found in mass manufacturing of dark chocolate. So, will the study results apply to you? We're not really sure. Point four is follow the money. And this is true for any research. But I'm not going to stand here and say that there is this big food lobby that is holding all nutrition research hostage. I'm just saying that if there is a beverage company that is furiously trying to promote high fructose corn syrup and showing research that it has funded, saying that there is absolutely no bad health effects related to it at all, maybe you should find a different source of information as well, just to compare the two. Again, this requires understanding of the methodology and the fine print, which you might not be able to do. So make sure you find someone you can trust who can give you this information. Number five, healthcare professionals who aren't nutritionists or dietitians offering advice within this field might lead to some confusing information. Lifestyle coaches, health gurus, or even in some cases doctors aren't expected to stay up to date with research in the field of nutrition or even read all of the fine print. Some of them might even have their own products to sell. So it is best to find a reliable source that you can go to who has the educational background as well as the clinical experience to sort of weed through all of this information for you. As a practitioner, I strongly believe that if we all stuck to our lanes, healthcare overall would be easier to navigate. At the end of the day, I have to say that even after listing some of these factors that can affect the research in the field of nutrition, it is still frustrating to see the quality of information that is out there. So, what can you do about it? The most important thing you can do is find somebody who will treat you as an individual, who will take your specific concerns, medical history, family history into consideration before arriving at a treatment plan along with you and listing out your goals and seeing how to get towards that together. Second, understand that your diet and the food you eat can actually affect your health and assist in the treatment of a majority of health concerns. Inflammation, autoimmune conditions, digestive issues, IBS, Crohn's, insulin sensitivity, diabetes, cardiovascular problems. The list is really wide, and what you eat can really have an impact on it. So you need to specifically reach out for a dietitian or a nutritionist who can help you address these concerns, keeping all of this information in mind and making sure that they stay up to date with the research that is out there. Overall, I would like to say this. In most cases, we know the big picture. Some of the really fine details are being worked out. For example, a diet that is rich in vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, legumes, beans, some grains, and some meat if you choose to eat it is the healthiest. There is a wide range of evidence for this over many years. The details might need to be adjusted to address your specific situation. So yes, look online, but also find someone who can help you figure it all out. So these are some of the things to keep in mind when you think about research in the field of nutrition. This was by no means a full or an exhaustive list of factors that can influence research, but I hope I've helped you understand a little bit about it. If you have questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact us. You can do so right here on our YouTube channel where you can leave comments. You can contact us through our Facebook page or our website. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay updated with all of the new videos that we will be posting. As always, thank you so much for your time. Be well.